In this video, I'm going to share 3 things that final expense agents can change like immediately in order to make more money like right from the start on your very first day. And the best thing about this video is that everything I'm going to share with you today is 100% actionable. Therefore, something that all of you can change right here and right now. Number 1, it's almost crazy how many agents will do a sales presentation and show the prospect an option that costs like $30 like right from the start, without even suggesting a much higher monthly premium. Before we get into it, guys, please give the video a thumbs up, and we do suggest subscribing if you're a new viewer. I'm putting out new insurance sales content and final expense sales training videos just like this stuff here every single week. Let's be clear, you only know what you know, and unfortunately, a lot of what we think to be true is actually 100% wrong or false. For example, every week I speak with agents who have been in the industry for like 10, 15, even like more than 20 years, and they are convinced that specific things I know to be highly effective are ineffective. These agents have seen very little success, if any. They never want to accept that their failure is 100% their fault. And real quick, guys, if you'd like a copy of the thank you note and the warning page that I give out to every single client I sell, stick around till the end of the video. I'm going to show you how to get both of these sales items for yourself. So back to my point, most people that will buy an insurance policy that costs them like $30 per month, well, they can actually afford a policy that costs more like $50 per month or even potentially more. Therefore, most people that can afford to pay, let's just say $60 per month, can actually afford more like $85 per month. A huge fail is when you, for one reason or another, don't sell them a higher premium than what you should have sold, the client in the first place. More insurance helps the client, more money benefits you. This is what we call a win-win, and for whatever reason, some agents just don't know better, which leads me to another mistake that new agents make. Number 2, new agents will have a tendency to let their feelings guide their decisions instead of basing all their sales decisions and tactics on facts. Just because you think you know what the client can afford or not does not make that true. Just because the client tells you something does not make that true. What's the old saying? Buyers are liars. Follow your training and do what you're taught to do. I teach our agents like 2 different closing options. So option 1 is where we show the client 3 different prices, and closing option 2 is where we talk more about like what most people need and maybe is sold, and therefore we're suggesting like a specific monthly payment based on an average amount of insurance. The one thing that stays consistent with both closing options is that I never teach agents to show a monthly premium below $50 until I've built value in the product and spent time with the client. They've told me like multiple times that they can't afford it. They're looking for something lower. That's all they can do. It really makes me crazy. Drives me nuts when I train an agent and then listen to like their presentation recording, and during the presentation, the client tells them, well, I just want a little insurance to cover the cremation, or I can only afford around $30. And then the silly agent just takes their word for it and shows them a $3,000 face amount for $26 a month. And then when the client says what they were going to say anyways, well, I got to think about it first, the agent acts all surprised as if, the client wasn't going to say the same exact thing no matter what price they showed them. Guys, the clients are all going to give you objections. It doesn't matter if you show them a $5 a month premium or a $105 a month premium. You need to act like a professional. Be prepared to build value in the products that you're selling and overcome the stupid objection. Stop giving low monthly premiums out of like desperation. If you act and behave like a desperate agent and the client does end up buying from you, they're most likely going to just get buyer's remorse and cancel anyways. Number 3, most new agents are either recruited by a multi-level marketing insurance agency, or, they come into the industry thinking that like the best way is for them to start out as an independent insurance agent. I read this on the insurance forum. I'm reading it in all these Facebook groups. Makes me crazy. Both of these decisions are most likely going to be huge mistakes. In most cases, like a horribly bad decision based on false information too. First off, signing up up with one of those 3 initial MLMs is usually the worst and dumbest thing you can do. Not just like a bad mistake, but like devastating. Your typical multi-level marketing insurance company will sell you on how, you're an independent agent with them, and they'll train you to sell you great leads. It's gonna be wonderful, and you're gonna be part of the team, and it's gonna be great. Meanwhile, they 100% know that you're most likely gonna fail. And when you do, they're not even gonna give you releases. They're not gonna release your contracts in most cases. By the time you figure out what's really going on, you can't even escape the cult, the MLM, and potentially end up in debt. You know who can succeed at being an independent insurance agent right from the start? An intelligent businessman or businesswoman who has owned successful businesses and has the finances and time to start their insurance business as an independent insurance agent. Generally, someone with like thousands of dollars and no concern if they fail. It won't matter. It's just an investment. That's usually the type of person that can be really successful as an independent agent on their first day selling life insurance products. Not someone who's tired of their crappy job, not someone who's spent, their whole life going from one job to another, because you guys do not have the life experience that it takes to be successful at running an insurance business. And I don't care what anybody says. Independent insurance agents are business owners. Period. They're not employees, so they can't think like employees. There's no one to hold them accountable like their manager used to do, or their boss used to do. And as I've mentioned in other videos, human beings, people, when we are left to our own with no one to manage us, most of us will actually do very little. Most of us will try to cut corners, and most of us will fail without the direction that we're used to having from the managers. As always, I hope that you guys got something good out of this video. If you'd like a copy of both the thank you note and the warning page that I mentioned earlier, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com. If you'd like more information about our remote final expense sales platforms, either the free leads one, the subsidized one, or the independent one where you can get 20 appointments per day, just shoot me an email at that same address. As always, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now, get up and get out, and whatever you do, make sure that you do something good for someone else today. Happy hunting.